You think you guys got what you wanted out of it?
Uh, no, you never get everything done. But I think the morale of the team and what we're trying to establish as far as direction we want to go, I think the guys got that message loud and clear.
How do you, observing Derek Fisher and his staff, what were your impressions, during this week?
Well, they're doing a good job. They're including their staff, Derek is, and the guys have good voice. The players are attentive. They're enthusiastic.
Would it like to have Willis here, the captain, this week?
Yeah, that was a nice surprise for us to have Willis here. And Clyde came up last night and spent the practice with us too.
So how much was it about talking about the message to the players about leadership, camaraderie, chemistry, as opposed to the on-the-court stuff?
Well, I don't think any of those hit the points. We're talking about intent and purpose, coachability, learning new habits, replacing old habits, attention to detail. Those are things that we're really working with.
I mean, specifically with Derek, what did you like? What did you like about what he was doing with the guys and how he was leading the team and stuff?
No, I'm good. We covered that.
What was this like for you? I mean, you're seeing it from a different vantage point than you had in the past.
When you're a coach and you start 2-a-days, your butt and your legs give out. When you're, doing what I do, you have to sit there for a couple hours at each practice, and attentively you try to stay in tune with what's going on out there. But there are times when you want to get up and you want to say something and you resist. Let them feel their way out there.
Is it hard to fight that urge at all? Or?
No, I didn't fight it. Sometimes I actually got up.
With your history of the triangle, is it take a while for the players to adjust to it, you think, in camp? Or how long does it take? I mean, is it...
No one can tell how long it takes. It's all receptivity, familiarity, ability for players to learn how to play instinctively out of something like this. It's always that.
When you said you got up, did that mean like instruction?
No, I just got up and walked it out.
Okay.
Is there an evaluation period for some of the players here? I know, like Langston Galloway and Travis Ware and some of those guys, but where they're going to be at?
Everybody's an evaluation. Everybody has to learn how to play together. We're making an evaluation on who has learning capabilities, what their skill levels are going to be, how difficult habits are going to be to break, and what other methods we have to use to instill new habits. And so we're evaluating these players, and yet we're supportive of their effort, and they're bringing a positive nature to it, so that's good.
From what you've seen so far, is there something you think you guys will be strong at, and areas you think you need to do some extra work in at this point?
We're just 6 practices in. This is way too early to talk about anything but just getting organized and have a concerted effort. Seeing team start to focus on defense, collectively being aware of that, and then having the learning capabilities offensively so they understand how to play with each other. So those are all long-term things. They'll go on for the next 3 weeks.
You said last week that you wanted them to be sort of in this environment at West Point, and you thought it might have some benefits. I mean, have you seen that? Do you think it actually made an impression?
Oh yeah, they enjoyed this, I think, a lot. From working out at their facility across the street, which is a great facility for workouts, to having mess with the cadets. I think all those things were impressive. I mean, being on this setting was great for them. The historic value, those are all things I think they registered and they enjoyed.
Well, Derek spoke last week about making sure that he's his own man. Is that something that you've got to do to give him the room to be not being perceived as a guy who's sort of an intermediary between you and the team?
I'm not going to discuss this. That's not worth talking about.
Carmelo had a remark on television interview about being an underrated
Yeah,
superstar.
I think he discounted that. I don't think it was his remark. I think it was the question he answered. That's what he kind of discussed. So I'll disregard that part of it.
So you talked about, you can never tell how long it might take a team to get the triangle down. With your Chicago team in that first year, with your LA team in that first year, did it take them a while? Or was there a certain point in the season where
Yeah, it takes quite a while. You have to keep it simple to start with, and then you can bring complexity into it. So, fortunately for us in those places, we had teams that played together for a while. This is a team that has not played together a lot. Some of these players have, but probably the majority or half of them have not. So it's a learning curve for all of them.
a little steeper because they hadn't been together, though? is
Yeah.
what you're saying? Okay.
I think they'll figure out how to get the ball to Carmelo when they need to score. I think that'll be a big help for them.
Being that it's your first camp, did you see the guys come in with the shape that you wanted to see as far as showing up here and ready to work?
Well, we've had 4 guys have to sit out practices, so it tells you something. Some of them came in with some lingering injuries when they came in here. Some of them are just the breakdown of having 2-a-days. It's just a normal process. So it's very difficult to prep yourself well enough to come into this facility and this type of environment and survive without having something going on. So, we anticipate that. Derek's doing a real good job on that aspect of it, and our performance people are doing, their duty as far as, preparing these players for rest and recovery after these practices.
All right. Thanks, guys.